Welcome back to my channel. My name is Khadija Tadeshola, and in my channel I talk about everything related to women midwifery. So today I'm going to be talking about meeting your manager after supernumerary. What questions should you ask your manager? Basically, if you're a midwife or you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you are anyone in the NHS, you all have a manager. And you all basically have a supernumerary period. So after the supernumerary period or during the supernumerary period, you basically have to meet with your manager. So depending on how your trust is or how your manager have to meet you, you definitely have to meet with your manager. When you have a meeting with your manager, you talk about your progress review. They review your progress. How are you finding the new word? How are you finding the new post? And are you ready to really, start working all alone? Are you happy to start working all alone? Are you currently having any challenges in your work, in your role and all of that? So one important thing I want to tell you is that subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you. So one of the important things I basically need to tell you is that meeting with your manager is very significant to your progress in the NHS. So when you meet with your manager, there's no point to be shy. Give an honest things about you. Give your honest opinion about your how you feel working in that world, basically. So when you meet with your manager, there's usually ward manager and there's line manager, there's all of this manager anyway. So when you meet with your manager, any challenges you're having in that ward, please say it. They are not going to hold you based on what you said. They are just going to know how to support you better or any kind of support you will be needing. So if you are finding it difficult doing any of those tasks, please say it to your manager. If you think the staff are not supportive, please tell your manager and try as much as possible not to mention any staff name. Just for, I hope you understand. Try as much as possible not to mention any staff name. But if you are not comfortable working with, any staff, please say is that you will be happy if they can give you another, person to work with, basically. And also, if you find it difficult doing any of the tasks, please say it. They're going to, know how to assist you better, whether to enroll you on a study day in that aspect, or whether you need additional educational support. They are actually professional midwifery advocates, they are midwife educators, so they can refer you to all of those people to assist you more. So if you are not confident in doing any of the tasks that you've been assigned to do, please say it and they are going to support you further. They are going to, refer you to significant people that can actually help you. So when you're meeting with your manager, tell them an honest review of how you feel about what's going on, basically. Then also, if you think you need more supernumerary period, tell them they are going to give it to you. If you think you are not confident enough now to start working on your own, please tell them they are going to support you further because whenever you start working on your own, that is it, you already believe you can do it. So even while you are supernumerary anyway, you are accountable for your actions, basically. So if you work from that perspective, even while being supernumerary, work from the perspective of that you are accountable for your actions, then it's going to help you more, to really quickly start working on your own. Don't be in a race to work on your own if you can't, and also tell your manager that you will be needing additional support. If the staffs are not supportive, tell your manager that you are not happy working with them and they are going to talk to them. They are going to be, so they will be more supportive. And of course, as much as possible, everyone will start try to progress, protect each other's name. So they're not going to say it is you that said that, and you too try as much as possible not to mention any of the staff's name when you're giving that kind of review. But of course, if you're happy about how a staff does, you can actually mention their name, you can actually appreciate them, and also you should try as much as possible to get a feedback from who you are working with regarding how you've been working, because they are the one that is going to give feedback to your manager as well. So they're going to give feedback to your manager as much as you too you are giving a feedback to your manager, and they are really going to work on that feedback. So try as much as possible to give an honest review of how you basically feel, because at the end of the day, it is you. It is you that really matters. You're the one that is newly being integrated into the system, so you matter. And how you feel, your emotional status should not be, should not be, affected while you are really working there. And also, meeting your manager for the first time, I think I missed this. It meant to be the first thing. So if you're meeting your manager in a new world or something, you should try as much as possible to tell your manager your need and how you think the shift. For instance, the shift. If you think the shift is not helpful, please tell them. For instance, if you have children that you need to take to school in the morning, tell them you like to do a kind of maybe late shift, or a kind of maybe that 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. shift, or late afternoon shift, or late night shift, or all of those things. Please try to tell your manager what shift you will benefit from if they can help, and I'm sure they're going to help you. For instance, if you are a Muslim as well, try to tell your manager about your prayer time and where you'll be liking to have your break. And of course, they are going to tell you, of course, if you are extremely busy and you couldn't have a break, you won't have it. But times that you can have a break, tell them the time you would love to have your break. Like now, it's winter period, and almost, or it's not winter, yes, how onto majority, what did they used to call it anyway? So this time, most of the prayer time is due while you're still at duty on a long shift. So most of the time, I like to take my break towards the end of the shift, like 4 p.m., 5 p.m., so I can actually pray almost all of them. Because these days now, actually, Zuhr is about 12 a.m., 12 p.m. Actually, is about around past 2, Maghrib maybe like past 4, that kind of thing. So if I take my break around past 4, I'll have to pay Ashri, Zuhr Ashri, and I'll pray Maghrib before going back to work. Then I'll come home to pray only, Isha. So you should try as much. For instance, in that kind of situation, if I got my break by 12, I can only pray the Zuhr, and I still have lots of prayers to pray, you know. So you should try as much as possible to tell them how you will like your break, and also the space for you to pray. You can tell your manager that you would like to pray, and of course, if any space is empty, you can pray. All of them have their break in somewhere quiet. You can pray there. So those are the questions that are significant for you to ask your manager when you are meeting with them about, your break. If you are a Muslim that you want to be praying, talk about that. If you are not happy with the way the shifts have been, the way the roster is being done, tell your manager. They might have something to do about it. Basically, it is not absolute, but they can help you about it. If you are not happy going alone yet, you can tell your manager. They will support you further. If you are not confident in doing anything, please also tell them. They are going to support you further. So if you have questions regarding anything in the world, tell your manager. Don't be shy. They are going to support you. It's not about, oh, this one is not doing well, Kiniko. It's not, there's no sentiment, it's not about being sentiment. So you need to basically tell them. It's not like Nigeria that you say, oh, if I say this, they will think I don't know this. They will say there is room for, improvement, and you should try as much as possible to say all of those things that you need to your manager, and they are going to support you. I wish you all the best. You as well, try to be the best you can be during your shift, and try as much as possible to make sure you trend carefully and you do what you meant to do at the right time. Thank you for always watching my video. See you in my next video. I wish you all the best in your new post. Thank you. Bye.